This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react.
All right. Hey, hi, hello there. Welcome to my channel, everybody. Today we are going to go over Anna, specifically her new journey on GLP1 again. We're gonna look at some more expanded stuff, but excuse me, to address the giant cat in the room. Hi, everybody. Hi. How are you? This is cheap animation here, right here. Hey. I don't feel good. So I don't know. It's not COVID. I know that much. But here we are. And I totally stole this idea from I totally stole this idea from Lindsay because I think it's cute and I don't feel good. I don't look good, and there's no way in hell I'm going to try to make myself look nice. So you just get to look at this cute little cat icon, and I'm going to quit moving it around. So isn't he adorable though? Look at him. Look at him. Look at his cute little blue eyes and his little blue hat. And he's masking because he's sick and he doesn't want to get other people sick. Right. So earlier in the month, well, yeah, I mean, I guess that's technically correct. I said that I was going to go over Anna's new GLP1 journey because I distinctly remember her saying at the end of her surgery arc that she was going to go back on a low dose of a GLP1 for inflammatory purposes to manage her inflammation. And I know I'm not crazy. And I'm not, I swear. My therapist says so. But again, Lindsay made a really good point in her video about, and I don't disagree with Lindsay at all. I want to bring this up because it's something that I brought up last time Anna was on GLP1 before she started her surgery arc. And it's Anna's abhorrent lack of, transparency. There we go. Anna likes to bury things. And the fact that there's only a handful of us that recall Anna saying anything about her going back on the GLP1s tells me everything I need to know about how evident it was to the majority of her audience that Anna was going on the GLP1 again. So, which reinforces Lindsay's point from earlier that Anna likes to bury the lead. She likes to bury things in a comment, she likes to bury things in like a reply to a reply to a reply of a comment on a video that has nothing to do with the topic at hand. And she's always been like that. Now, I will say that Anna did mention in an actual video that she was going to be going back on the GLP1, but it was very quick. It was just kind of a real fast mention, and that was the end of it. And we've not heard squat about it since, which is why I think the majority of people don't remember Anna ever mentioning that she was back on a GLP1. I don't even remember if she mentioned which GLP1 she was going to go back on. That's how quick it was. So there's that, which is why in this little video here, she says she's increasing her dose because she's already on a dose. And that's why a lot of people were like, what do you mean you're increasing your dose? Well, it's because she's already on a dose and has been for, I don't know, how many months has it been since her last surgery? I'm still claiming cold meds and sickness for brain fog. I have a legitimate reason for brain fog right now. That being said, this is the second time since her surgeries that she has mentioned the injections, right? Which is an issue. And she has gotten a lot of backlash for this. Kickback, not backlash, kickback. It's kind of the same thing for this, because people, other than this, just wear nice clothes, Anna. You have nice clothes. she's gotten a lot of pushback for this because A, Anna does nothing without getting paid for it. That's just a common thread with Anna. And B, this kind of blindsided a lot of people with her announcing that she was back on these injections, because for a lot of people, this is the first time they remember hearing, or even maybe the first time they have heard her mention she was on the injections again. For a lot of people, this is new information. And obviously they reacted badly because Anna, of course, told us she has no more burnable fat. She, everything on her body is lipidemic fat. So, she's had all that sucked off. She's had all that fat sucked off. So if she has no more burnable fat on her body, why is she taking weight loss injections, right? So for a lot of people, this doesn't make sense. Now, I wanted to come back to, I mentioned this video. I just want the icon. I mentioned the existence of this video in my last Glitter and Lasers video. This is Glitter and Lasers has a history of hiding important details. Now, this video is 2 years old. I don't know the exact date, but according to YouTube, it's roughly 2 years old. Boy, howdy, I am going to blow my voice out today. But this is from Sam at Every Size from roughly 2 years ago. Now, again, my channel's about, is it 2 years old? Fuck, I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, it is, because I remember these videos. Sam's original, well, not original, one of Sam's older videos on glitter is like my very first encounter with glitter with Anna. And I was just like, wow, I get why people don't like, I get why people could be frustrated with someone like this. And then, I start reacting and stuff, and Sam keeps making videos about Anna, and and then I start making videos about Anna, and, it snowballs from there. But I just thought it was interesting that this video here pops up in my suggestion feed because, YouTube and its algorithm and all that. But it pops up in my suggestion feed at the same time that I was reacting to Anna's new thing with Amazon, right? And I don't think she's taking injections from Amazon. Let's be clear about that, I think. I think she's just having her prescription filled through Amazon. I could be wrong. I'm not going to go investigate it too deeply. Mainly because I don't really know. How big can I make him? Ooh, I can make him not so big. There he is. We're going to play around with this a lot. Mainly because I don't think this is going to last very long, because I don't think Amazon's going to see the results that they want to see from Anna. I don't know. Maybe they will. I don't know how this shit works, honestly. Anna's not going to produce the results that they're going to want to see because Anna doesn't lose weight. Okay? Anna just doesn't lose weight. This is a video from 3 years ago up here. Oh, you can't see it anymore. Oh, well, come on. Shrink back down again. No. Right, okay. So this is a video from 3 years ago with Anna in this blue outfit. And granted, this one's a little bit darker, but this is from 2 years ago. Now, this is back when Anna was still just doing co-pilot stuff. This is long before her strong woman shit. But, I mean, you can clearly see there's no real difference, real improvement in her overall, body, yaddy. So, I guess the point I'm trying to make here, actually, give me a second. So the larger overall point that I'm trying to make here is this isn't the first time that Anna's been clocked in this stuff. So, and it's not going to be the last time either. Sam just has this more down on her channel because she's been tracking Anna for longer than the rest of us have, honestly. And that's why, well, honestly, that's why I think it's Pulpy that says it takes a village. And I really kind of appreciate that. But it's true. We've got Sam here clocking Anna 2 years ago, hiding this detail. And I think if I look even farther back, I can find videos about Anna. Oh, this is the cycle video. We're going to talk about that in a second. I can find even older videos of Anna being, yeah, here's the Novo Nordisk video where Anna did a promotion for Novo Nordisk when she was taking the Novo Nordisk shots and claiming that she was losing weight by just exercise alone. And that's what led to this video here, the history of hiding important details. So, you know, Sam's been on this for a while. Nope. I wasn't going to actually watch this video, but I will link this down below. I highly recommend going and watching these videos. Reason we're not going to watch them is because they're way too long. And I actually want these videos to be not... Okay, that came out wrong. These are really good videos. You should go watch Sam's videos. They're too long for what I'm trying to do in this video, which is just kind of get some quick videos out, mainly because I don't think my voice is going to make it. But we are going to go back and rewatch this bad boy because Anna, true to her cycle, which again, Sam has clocked here, Anna has already started her response campaign over on her Instagram to people, you know, I will say those screenshots that she shared were a little rough, but I mean, where's the lie? So we'll look at those in a second. But first, let's watch the video that the ad. We'll watch the ad that started it all. At least I think we're going to. All right, let's watch this from the beginning.
We need to talk.
Do we?
It's time for me to level up.
Yay!
As y'all know, I've been using a low dose of GLP1 as...
Do we though? Do we? I'm like one of a few people. One of a few that remember you saying that ever. I'm just gonna read this because I'm gonna read this. It says Amazon One Medical makes sense for my busy life. So busy. It's modern primary care that actually makes sense, or sorry, that actually fits my schedule, making it the perfect choice for me while I'm working on leveling up. Hashtag ad. I can book same day or next day appointments, meet with my provider remotely or in person, and manage it all through One Medical app. Click the link below, or sorry. Click the link in my bio to see how easy it is to get started with personalized care that fits your life. You know what? I stumbled over that because I was trying to read too fast, but there's no typos in this, which is unusual for her. So I wonder if somebody else wrote her copy and just gave it to her and told her to paste this. Because if you know anything about Anna, she writes worse than I do. And I am diagnosed with dyslexia. And she has worse grammar than I do. Spelling and grammar than I do. So that's suspicious. Anyway, yeah, but no, Anna, most people don't know that you're on this because you hide it.
Part of my treatment plan.
Part.
But recently, I decided to increase that dose.
That's why I'm saying, though, like she says, recently I've decided to increase that dose. I wonder, here's my thing, though, like, I know I said I don't think she's using, like, an Amazon specific GLP1. I might be wrong, don't get me wrong. Or do, maybe, I don't know. Anyhow. But she does say, recently I've decided to increase my dose. I don't remember her saying where she was getting this round of GLP-1 from or what brand she was taking. So maybe this has been in the making, because you do have to start out on a low dose and then go up to a higher dose. I don't know, man. I don't know.
And now, I'm focusing on fat loss.
I'm partnering with One Medical to make it happen. I specifically chose One Medical because of their 360 medical approach to treatment. This is not about getting smaller, this is about getting healthier. And I just want to get deeper in my squat. To do that, I want to make sure I have a provider I can work with, access to referrals to a nutritionist and other providers as I need them, and a health-first approach to this journey.
I just, I don't know what I was going to say there. I think I just wanted to cut in. I think all the Amazon is doing is providing the medication, though. It's just, I mean, if it really is just like a health spa, a med spa, that's what I was trying to say, then all they're really doing is providing like medication. I'm kind of interested in what this in-person appointment thing is about. Like, don't get me wrong, Amazon has its own grocery store. And there's one not far. Well, I mean, it's out here, not far means 40 minutes away. So there's an Amazon grocery store in drivable distance from where I live. So is Amazon going to be starting to open up like minute clinics now? Is that what's going to start happening? Are we going to start having like Amazon clinics? Holy shit, is Amazon going to start opening up like hospitals? Holy crap, Bezos really is taking over the world. Guys, run now! What's the name of Amazon's AI? We should probably start making friends with it. I guess I just wanted to interject. I'm so sorry, guys. Anyway, back to this.
I am still very serious about my training, and I don't want to
Oh god, I hate this part so much.
lose any of this muscle.
Look, you don't even look like you believe that statement, girl. Come on. You got about as much muscle under there as I do. Please. Look. Okay, Anna, sure. Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, all that hard-earned muscle there. Look at that rippling six-pack you got rocking there, and then going to the gun show. Pow pow! How did you... Anyway, onward.
One thing I really liked about One Medical is that they don't rush you an appointment.
The dog blends so perfectly. Does this... Are we sure Data's real? Are we sure? Are we sure Data's real? Are we sure Data is not just a puppet? I mean, is he just AI? Like, he's just computer-generated AI? I don't know, man.
I have a complicated medical history.
Yeah, you do. A complicated... Yeah, that's one way of describing it.
And I need time to unpack that with the provider.
Have you guys ever noticed, I'm just going to be really spicy here for a second. Have you guys ever noticed that like super morbidly obese people, like they talk about their medical history and how complicated and like super special their medical history is, like it's some kind of like bragging point. They're always like, "Oh my god, I have like so many things wrong with me." And it's like it's some kind of award. And they never seem to like realize that most of that shit that's wrong with them is because they're obese. And they just kind of like, Anna's like a perfect example of it. Amber Lynn's another one. And Rosie's kind of becoming one of these two. I think Rosie always has been. It's just becoming more apparent the more I watch her. It's just like they like to collect diagnoses, both physical and mental. And they just like to like put them on a shelf like some kind of like trophy. And they're just constantly collecting whatever they can to just, and it's not even like, it's not always for an excuse, really. Like sometimes they're just collecting whatever the new bougie, you know, disorder is of the week because they saw it on TikTok and whatever. And I don't get it. I really don't. But they all seem to like just revel in the fact that they have all of these problems. And it's just like, really? I mean, this is your goal in life, is to just collect complicated medical history? You just want to be the most complicated snowflake in the pack? I don't understand it. It's so weird to me. Because like, you know, there are people, and I have some of these problems, and I don't want them. like why do you want to collect things? Why do you want to have things wrong with you? I don't understand. It makes no sense to me. Anyway, I'm just rambling.
Plus, I can get my medications delivered right to my door from Amazon Pharmacy, so it's just easier. Also, my schedule is all over the place, so the fact that I can book day or next day appointments or even meet
Same day appointments would be kind of fun, but that kind of makes me wonder if they're not opening, like Amazon, if they're not opening like minute clinics, like, you know, a walk-in clinic kind of a thing.
virtually with the provider just makes it work. I chose One Medical because it made starting this next phase of my journey a lot easier without...
What's the next phase? What's the next phase? What are we doing? What are we doing? We did hiking, we did running, we did hiking. Okay, first we did protein girly, then we did working out, then we did running, then we did hiking. No, wait, what did we do in between there? Oh, we did national park girly, then we did hiking girly. Shit, what did we do in between? Crap. Come on, brain. Vamp. I guess we did just jump straight from hiking girly into strong woman girly. So somewhere in there was lipedema girly. I don't know. It kind of like kind of spanned a bunch of stuff. And now we're doing something new. What are we doing? Now we're doing Ozempic girly.
Compromising my medical.
I'm sensitive to conversations about my weight.
Why is this section in here? I don't understand this whole section. What does this scale and your DEXA scans have to do with Amazon One Medical? Like, is Amazon One Medical giving you DEXA scans? Like, what is the point here? I don't get it. This whole part makes no sense to me.
So I decided to track my progress
Other than to set her up for a whole bunch of grief that she did not want.
with a DEXA scan versus a scale.
Also, I don't understand why she kept the scale face down. Like, all of the information about the scale's on the back.
That'll allow me to focus on fat loss, but more on that later.
Could you be more fake?
So click the link in my bio to learn more about One Medical and see how easy it is to get started with healthcare that just fits your life. And stay
Okay, and then it loops from there in a really choppy way. That was like the most choppy loop I've ever seen. All right. So I said this was going to be a quick one and my voice is going to be completely blown by the end of it. Good job, me. Thanks, other me. All right. Give me a second. I want to pull up some stuff. All right, this is the last thing I want to talk about in this video. So this is going to be hopefully pretty short. These are some screenshots of DMs that Anna shares with us, and my voice is going to blow. Anyway, bear with me, guys. We can do this. I'm going to read these. I'm going to try to read these. This is what I do for you guys because I love you. This person, who I don't know who they are, says, just eat some chicken. Oh my effing G. All you eat is protein, candy. No wonder you're enormous. I mean, that's not nice, but here's the problem. It's not nice. It's not nice. All right, look, it's not nice. Don't go into people's DMs like this. It's kind of rude. But here's the thing. We don't know the whole story here. I don't know. I just don't think it's nice. Anna says, genuine question, why do you care what I eat? First problem, your first flaw, Anna, never respond to the trolls. So this person takes it as permission to go off. Don't respond to the trolls. They will respond back because they're just waiting. This person responds back and says, better question. Why don't you care what you eat? Aren't you sick of being stupid, morbidly obese? You're on a GLP1 and blowing out your joints pretending to be a strong woman, but yet still have to use the hello, it's ready scale. Shocking. She's referring to Amberlin's scale. I don't know if this is the same scale. Probably, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it is. But I told you not to show your scale. Shocking. The people who see your content where all you talk about is your changing body, yet you look the same as you did pre-liposuction botch jobs. I don't know if they're tagged. Well, okay, yeah, they're kind of botched. Her legs swell abnormally now, and she's got a weird lump in her arm now, which she didn't have before the surgery. Both of those things she didn't have before the surgery. Or if she did, they were not noticeable before the surgery. Let me put it that way, I guess. This person continues, honestly, I think you should care more about yourself, your food, your luxury apartment that you treat like a depression trash can than your stupid capitalist spoon con and what your fake-ass followers will engage with. I don't know, it was a little rough, but I mean, again, where's the lie? You seem miserable and your gum disease is getting really bad. Wow. Okay, that's I have screenshots of these. I'm not gonna lie. We are currently someplace that I will not name, only because I don't want it getting taken down. It might have the word snark in it. Don't open yourself up for judgment by showing yourself eating effing protein candy, protein is in quotes, on a daily basis and act surprised when people have opinions about that shit. Touche. You'll never be an athlete eating processed whey protein and xylitol. I can't argue with her there, but I'm also not a strong woman person, so I don't know. You can't outrun a shit diet, Anna. Seems obvious to everyone but you and your body, which is apparently a separate entity. Tell us more about your mysterious flare-ups and your chronic illness, but not before you also show yourself eating 7 servings of highly processed protein cookie dough. Ugh. I don't understand people who like that stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Wouldn't it be sweet if you actually fit into the size 3X clothes you paint onto yourself daily? Imagine. And Anna says, wow, I just don't understand why all of this is so important to you. I'm not perfect. I openly admit that, but why you care is still pretty unclear to me. Anna, it's called reading between the lines. This person actually did explain to you exactly why they care. Let's start at the beginning, because apparently I hate my voice. Why they care. They care about you being stupid morbidly obese because they're explaining to you how that's bad for your health. They care about the fact that you out-eat your GLP1s, which again, bad for you. They care because you're pretending to be a strong woman here and you're destroying your joints. They care because you present yourself as some kind of success story when your liposuction was clearly botched. They care because you claim one thing, present yourself in another way, and try to gaslight your audience into believing what you want them to believe when the visual evidence is right there in front of us that it is not true. I keep looking up like the camera's running. It's kind of funny, actually. I know you guys can't see me. Thank God for that. I don't know what the gum disease has to do with anything. I don't know what gum disease. We're not going to dwell on that. They care because you keep presenting processed protein and candy and xylitol as health foods when they're not. You keep trying to present yourself as eating a healthy diet when you're not. That's what they care about, Anna. Like, you're being like willfully obtuse here just so you can pretend like you're being attacked when you're clearly not. This person laid out their exact reasons for why they care. You saying, I don't understand why all of this is important to you, is you just willfully choosing not to see. And then down here she says, joke's on her, I'm wearing 2X and tops now. And that's bullshit, and everyone knows it, because back in the Target video, which is what, 2 years old now, you were claiming you were a 2X then too. And you're not. You okay? You're just not. You're not a 2X. Maybe you're a 2X in Torrid, maybe. That doesn't count. Anna goes on. This was a slideshow that was on her stories, on her Instagram stories, by the way, in case people are wondering. Anna goes on to make this goofy ass face because Anna's nothing if not goofy. Where is she? This isn't her living room. This is somewhere else. I'm sure it's her apartment complex, but I don't think that's her living room. She says, the point of the last series of messages isn't that I'm hurt. Isn't it, though? Isn't it? The point is that the person went off on me over and over and could never explain why it mattered to them. Yeah, Anna, they did. They explained it over and over, and you just choose not to see it because you don't like the inconvenient truth that they kept laying out for you. That your diet's unhealthy, that you're hurting yourself with your exercise, that you lie to your audience. That's what we care about. You're lying, your lack of transparency, the fact that you're hurting yourself with your diet. Anyway, each time I asked, they redirected the conversation to insult me. No, they didn't. I mean, yeah, they were insulting, don't get me wrong. You only asked once, so don't act like you were asking over and over again. You asked once. This is very much Woman on the Trail vibes. They couldn't explain why they consumed all this information about me. You didn't ask. You didn't ask. Or if you did, you didn't show that part of the conversation. So this is not something you asked. They couldn't give me an explanation of why they spent hours researching me. Again, you didn't ask. Because it's not justifiable. But to answer your questions, they couldn't explain why they consumed all this information about me. They couldn't justify it. Where was the other one? They couldn't give me an explanation why they spent hours researching me. Well, unfortunately, I do spend more time than I would like to admit researching you because A, I found you fascinating. And I still do find you rather fascinating. But you've made yourself a public figure. And unfortunately, when you make yourself a public figure, people are going to find you interesting. And when they find you interesting, they want to know more about you. And that's the downside to becoming a public figure. You put yourself in the public eye and people want to know more. Kind of like all those interviews you used to do. That's the point of an interview, is for people to learn more about you. You used to do a lot of interviews because you wanted people to know more about you. Or at least you wanted them to know a version of you. And unfortunately, when you start putting that information out there, you lose control of it because you can't control stuff once it's out of your hands. So that's the unfortunate part of all of this. But it's also the reality of all of it. Why they consume this information about you? Again, you are relatively interesting, and you kind of started off as an interesting person. And I'm not going to say you're not still interesting, or else I wouldn't continue to cover you. And now it's just like, I'm always interested to see how you're going to spin something so that you can continue to claim ignorance or gaslight all of us or make yourself a victim or not take responsibility. Like, I don't think you're as bad as the other girls in Girl World, but you definitely are, you know, one of the girls. Like, I don't think Anna's as bad as the other girls in Girl World. I really don't, but she definitely has traits that put her in Girl World. Where are we now here? Healthy, well-grounded people don't relentlessly obsess over things they hate. I don't hate you. I don't think that person hated you. Well, maybe, I don't know. I can't speak for that person. I don't hate you. And I don't think any of the people I watch cover you hate you. Do they get super irritated with you? Yes. Do some of them dislike you? Yeah, but you can dislike somebody and not hate them. I mean, I don't like beets. I don't hate beets. I just don't like them. I would actively avoid them, but I'm not going to not eat them if they're the only thing there. Healthy, well-grounded people don't relentlessly obsess over things they hate. They change them when they can, or they move on to something else. They change them when they can. All right. We're trying. we're trying, Anna. We're trying. We're trying to change you. We're trying. Or we move on to something else. I mean, we haven't given up yet, I guess is what we're saying. Anna, we haven't given up on you. We're not giving up yet. We believe in you. We believe you can change. We haven't given up. We, your dedicated haters, believe in you. We believe that you can become a better version of yourself. And we haven't given up on you yet. There you go. That's why we haven't moved on. You've answered your own question. We believe in you, Anna. We are the people in the background. You are Tinkerbell. We are clapping because we believe in you, Anna. Where are we at? People who say stuff like this are stuck in their own hell. I don't think that they were rough. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't really want someone talking to me like that, but they didn't say anything that wasn't true, except for maybe the gum disease part. I don't know. I'm stuck on that one. I'm sorry. It's like, who's scruffy looking? Anyway. But, you know, this is also projection on your end, Anna, and people who say that are stuck in their own hell. I mean, you're stuck in your own hell too, I guess. I mean, if you're going to say that kind of shit. And you share that hell with us, so I know you're stuck in your own hell. So there are so many amazing things to be happy about. I hope they find some. Yeah, I mean, likewise. All right, last one. Also, if you find yourself obsessing over something you hate, again, no one hates you, Anne. I know you want us to hate you. I know you want that. I know you want us to hate you, but we don't. I promise you that we don't. But I know it would be so much more convenient for you that we hate you, because then you really could just dismiss us completely. But we don't hate you. Also, if you find yourself obsessing over something you hate, my advice would be to immediately start thinking about other reasons you love something else. Okay, cool. I do this all the time. Anna, you spend more time Googling yourself. I don't know. I feel like you spend a lot of time obsessing over yourself and your own ass. So I guess, yeah, find something you love. Anna loves her ass. Good advice. I don't love how some people talk about me online, so I don't consume that content. Bullshit. I actively make time in my day to do ARC animal videos. What? You spend time in your day to block people. I know that for sure. Every time I have to block people, I make sure to spend time right after responding to my comments and commenting on strangers' posts. What? I don't let the hate linger. I find a way to move on. It will kill you if you don't. That's a bit strong. What? I don't love how some people talk about me online, so I don't consume that content. That's a lie. I actively make time in my day to do ARC animal videos. To do ARC animal videos. What? Every time I have to block people, I make sure to spend time right after responding to my comments and commenting on strangers' posts. So immediately after you block someone who annoys the living bejeebus out of you, you go into other people's comments and start commenting on their stuff while you're in a heightened state of anger and agitation. I feel like that's a bad time to do that. Anyway, Anna's spirals. This was all off of Instagram. This is part of Anna's cycle. She tries to start doing something new. This is actually pretty quick for Anna's cycle, though. Anna tries to start doing something new. It doesn't work out. She gets called on it pretty damn quick. I want to show you some comments here real fast to kind of explain this whole spiral. Give me a second. All right, so these are some screenshots, again, from the place that have been deleted, of comments that have been deleted off of Anna's post, I believe on TikTok. Maybe this is off of, no, this is TikTok, yeah? Pretty sure this is TikTok. I don't know, to be honest with you. No, this is TikTok, all right. The names and the icons have been scratched out. I don't care about that. It's a public platform. If you comment, then, I mean, it's a public platform. So I don't know about that. But anyway, this person says, didn't you claim to have unburnable fat? How will this medication help you lose fat if it's all unburnable? Someone says, what's unburnable fat? Someone says, Anna has lipedema and has said many times that lipedema fat is not burnable by diet and exercise-only surgery. She has taken GLP1s and lost weight, and after stalling on weight loss and blah, 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 blah. I'm not reading all of that. My voice is going. I'm sorry. Then someone else says, didn't you claim that GLP1s don't work for you because you had unburnable fat, and that's why you need liposurgeries? Someone else says, I don't recall you going back on GLP1. I know you had to stop it before your surgeries. You also said you had no more burnable fat, that it was all lipedema adipose tissue, which is fat. I'm also confused because didn't you have it all removed with liposuction? This person says, but I just rewatched a lot of your videos where you say you have no burnable fat on your body, so I'm confused. Another person says, can you make a post addressing how your unburnable fat has become burnable now? Is that something that happens when you're lifting? Maybe from having more muscle? I'm confused. This person says, are you trying to lose weight? I have been following, and all I remember hearing you say is that you aren't focused on weight loss and you only took GLP-1 for inflammation. Another person says privatization of medical industry, yada yada. We're not getting into that. Another person says GLP-1s don't work if you don't watch what you eat. And another person says, yes, it does. I eat worse on GLP-1s than I did dieting. Well, you have a problem. It's not how that's supposed to work. I just kind of wanted to show those so you could see the pushback that Anna's receiving from her video, and now her video ad with Amazon. And that is what spurred the meltdown that she was having, also the DM. And this way you can see how the cycle is starting up. I think it'll be a minute before we get to the whole great reveal that we usually get at the end, because Anna has only just started her thing with Amazon. But y'all, my voice is about dead, so I am going to wrap this up here. Hopefully when I get this posted, I will have enough brain cells to remember to link the Sam videos. If I don't, please just go check out Sam at Every Size's channel. Also, if you type in Sam at Every Size, glitter and lasers, it should pop up in a search. Just help me out there for this time, because I'm usually better about this than I am. If you have any questions or comments, use a timestamp so that I can remember what we were talking about. And your emoji is going to be a little blue hat. No, it's just going to be a hat. I don't think there's a blue hat, but put a hat down as your emoji. And that's all I've got. That's all the voice I've got. So I will see everybody. Hopefully I will see everybody in the next video. If not, say goodbye to my little icon. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.
This is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.